Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to this session. I hope you all have been preparing for the phase two examination really well. And here I am with a very good news for all of you. For the RBI Grade B, those who have qualified this particular year's examination, it is really important that you prepare really well for the phase two exam, right? So we have a good news that we are coming up with a wonderful series for you. This is something that many of the aspirants with whom I have spoken, and I hope the you yourself also is watching, actually have a difficulty with. That is the descriptive part, which is there in the FM paper as well as the ESI paper. Okay, because these are technical subjects, and obviously you need little practice. Although you know the content, even then you need little practice with respect to how you are going to approach the question when you have the question paper in front of you, isn't it? So to help you out, we have come up with a wonderful series for all of those people who are preparing for the RBI Grade B 2026 Phase 2 examination. This series is called Special Descriptive Series. Okay, so here, as you know, in the FM paper, you definitely have questions from the static finance, management definitely is a large part, and you also have questions from the current affairs, right? As far as the finance FM, in the FM paper, the finance part is concerned. In the ESI, there are many questions that are mostly asked from the current affairs, right? So keeping these things in mind, we have wonderfully designed this series wherein, if not everything, but at least you'll get a very good idea with respect to how you are going to approach the descriptive questions that you will be having as far as the RBI Grade B Phase 2 examination is concerned, specifically the FM and the SI paper. Okay, but before moving ahead, before giving you details with respect to this wonderful series, I would like to just tell you that if you are really wanting to prepare well for this examination, you should have a very good idea with respect to the previous year questions. Okay, so you can download these previous year questions. The link for the same is given in the description of this video, right? I just want to tell you these are given as part of a guidebook wherein a whole lot with respect to the preparation of this examination, whole lot information is there. You have the previous year questions, the strategy with respect to the same, okay, what are the most important topics, everything. So I would just suggest you definitely go for downloading this guidebook, and along with that also there are previous year questions, so you can download them and prepare really well. Okay, the link for the same is given in the description of this video. Now coming to the part that descriptive is a major part of these two papers, like FM and the ASI paper, right? So you definitely have prepared really well with respect to the content. You have a knack of answering the objective questions. Already you have cleared phase one. So definitely, right? But you might not be able to go ahead as far as the descriptive part of these two papers is concerned. Prepare well. And if you are trying to prepare also, you might not be able to balance between both of these things. Here is the point where you need some guidance. Okay, so with this series we are trying to come up with the same guidance. Okay, so do not worry, this series is going to give you good insights with respect to how to prepare the descriptive part. Okay, so we are at your rescue, do not worry. Let me also give you take you through the syllabus. As you already know, you might be required to go ahead and prepare for all of these three papers. Okay, you have ESI paper wherein you have 50% questions and obviously marks for the descriptive part, and then the FM paper where again 50% of the paper is descriptive. You know about this. So obviously this preparing well with respect to the descriptive questions and answers is something that can make or break your selection this time, isn't it? So that makes this series really important. From that point of view, this series becomes very, very important. And here I am along with Jaskaran sir and Deepika ma'am, so as to give proper information with respect to these videos, with respect to this series. Okay, so before moving ahead, we have planned this series based upon the previous year questions, right? You might be thinking, sir, why do we have to watch your videos? What is the utility of it? So the utility is based upon the fact that the series is based on the previous year questions. What is the trend of the different questions that are asked in the exam? Based upon that itself, we have prepared the questions in these series. We'll be practicing the questions. We'll be practicing the answers right there. And these sessions will be happening live. Let me tell you. I'll also show you the schedule. And Jaskaran sir and Deepika ma'am will also be telling you what is the importance of this series as far as your phase 2 preparation is concerned. Okay, if your preparation is based upon previous year questions, you definitely know there are certain topics which might get repeated. Okay, Arey sir, the paper is very dynamic, but at least you are having a good practice of those topics based upon which you might get some other topics which you will be able to answer, right? So we will be targeting those in this series, and this thing helps in identifying, right? You might be going through some topic, right, and you might not know whether a descriptive question is expected from that topic or not. Okay, so this series actually narrows down and helps you to prepare in a focused manner, isn't it? You know that from this particular topic a descriptive question can be expected, so that is what we're trying to deliver over here with this series. Along with that, it of course helps you to gain more marks because you're already prepared. Let's say what you have prepared based upon these this series, the videos of these series, so is something that comes in the exam. Okay, you also will be able to slightly extrapolate what might come. Okay, so that definitely will help you in gaining more marks. And as I showed you, as far as the paper pattern is concerned, descriptive is something which can make or break your selection, isn't it? Now let me take you through the entire schedule, how these sessions are going to be conducted. Here you can see we'll be beginning this right from Monday, and on a weekly basis we will be having 3 sessions conducted: Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Here you can see the timing is 4 p.m. and as I said, these sessions are live. You can participate in these sessions live, ask your questions, right, whatever doubts you have, and make the best use of these sessions, right? So we have kept it live. And coming to the entire, here you can see all of these subjects, the topics on which these sessions are going to be conducted. As I can tell you that I'm going to take the finance static part. Okay, so those sessions will be on Fridays, 3rd of July at 4 p.m. Part 1, and the second part would be on 10th of July. Okay, now here we also have ESI and finance reports and management. So management part would be taken by Deepika ma'am, and ESI and finance reports would be taken by our Jaskaran sir. So I would like to invite Jaskaran sir here to just explain the schedule and also tell what is the importance of this series. Jaskaran sir, over to you.
Yes, so as a part of these sessions, when we will be covering the important reports, first of all, we are going to see those reports that are clearly mentioned as a part of the syllabus. Secondly, we are going to go through those reports also which are not mentioned in the syllabus, but they are relevant for the examination, right? So this is going to be the agenda. So although we have limited lectures, we have 4 classes only for this purpose, but I will try my best that whatever reports we can cover, we will try to do it as a part of this session. And apart from that, of course, I'm going to give you some homework also, so that any additional information that has to be covered from those reports, you are able to do it very comfortably, because we know that reports have a significant weightage as far as the phase 2 examination is concerned, right? So that is the purpose. That is why we have designed this entire series in such a manner. So you can see, firstly, the first session is going to be on Wednesday as far as this ESI and finance reports is concerned. Then the second session is on 8th of July. Then after that, 13th and 15th of July, right? So this is going to be the schedule. Now, apart from that, apart from me taking these sessions and Surinder sir taking this finance session, Deepika ma'am is also going to be there, and she is going to conduct a management session. So I would request Deepika ma'am to please explain that what she is going to cover as a part of it.
Thank you, sir. So basically, I'll be taking the management part. Now, the point with our management descriptive is that it is actually going to make your life easy. Why? Because you get roughly around 25 marks from management, because FM forms one component, right? And these management questions are generally very straightforward. When we will have a look at these sessions beginning from 29th, which is Monday, the first session being of management. The reason being is that these are very theoretical based questions. Generally, it's just straight up from the concepts we have already studied of management. So when we'll be actually having a look at the questions, it is going to be very easy because concepts are already clear in your head. All you need to do is how you get the framework of writing the answer, which is what we'll be discussing. So if we can maximize our marks in management, which is actually possible since management is completely static, right? If we can maximize our marks there, theory based questions, if we can write it properly, then for your entire FM component, it becomes a very good advantage. So that is what we'll be trying to do. Right. So our first session would be on 29th, Monday, which is at 4 p.m., followed by on 6th of July, again on Monday. And finally, we'll end our management sessions at 17 July, Friday, 4 p.m., right? And the entire point of that is to understand and get the framework of answering, so that even if, let's say, finance questions comes tricky, management ones, if it's something you have already studied, we can somehow extrapolate, get some answers out of it, and serve a proper framework to ensure that we can net off the marks in case of management, right? So that is the point of the entire series, and this is how it will help you maximize your marks. So that would be all for management from my end. I would now like to hand it over to Surendra sir and let him continue.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Deepika, ma'am. And thank you, Jaskaran, sir. So, if any of you have anything to ask, you can keep asking in the chat box. So, I hope the importance of this series is very clearly understood to all of you. And you can see everything with respect to the FM and the ESI paper are covered over here. Okay. So, management, starting from management, ESI and finance reports, and then finance static. So, that is how you can see the sessions have been designed. And in the second week also the same thing repeats. And here you can see, because finance, the questions on the static part are less. So that is why we have given less sessions to the to that. And apart from that, we have the sessions on ESI and finance current affairs part, and then finally for the management. And I think you have understood what is the importance of it, both of our faculty members, and I have been able to convince you that yes, definitely these are something that are going to help you. So let me also tell you what would be the structure of these sessions. Here we will be discussing the topics which might be important from the descriptive point of view, right? And on that we will be answering these questions. A few questions will be in the session, discussed in the session. So those questions will be answered. The main agenda with these sessions is not to cover everything holistically. Of course, that is not possible. You might be having a doubt, sir, only these sessions, how can we cover everything properly? So obviously that might not be possible. But the agenda with these sessions is that you are getting the idea with respect to how to answer the questions. Okay, a little practice with respect to that would definitely help you out. And all of these sessions are ending before your phase 2, much before your phase 2, right? So you are really having a good idea with respect to the descriptive part. That is what is our aim. Okay, so if you have any doubts, again I would like all of you to keep asking in the chat box. So as I said, the topic will be explained, whatever topic is important from the descriptive questions point of view, and then a few questions on that will be discussed, and how to write the answer, right? What should be in the introduction, right? What should be in the body of that answer? What should be in the conclusion of that answer? These are a few things with which we are many a times confused. Like if I just ask you a question, there's a question on what are bonds. What would be the introduction that you might be giving? Okay, anybody who's there over here watching the session live, we can try to answer it in the chat box, right? If a question is asked, what is bonds, and then something continued to that, what should be the exact answer to it? You have to go by giving the definition of bonds first, or do you have to go for giving a fact with respect to bonds, right? Or something that is currently relevant in the market, okay? Something that is happening with respect to bonds, okay? We see many news articles on that. So are you going to quote that, right? So based upon the question, giving a definition is something that is the best way to answer. Although all of these are not wrong, but the best way is to give a definition, isn't it? So in this way, we'll be discussing, as far as the questions are concerned, what kind of a question might be asked, what can be the proper structure with respect to the answer, what should be there in the introduction for that particular question. Different types of questions would be asked, and what should be there in the body, what should be there in the conclusion, how to go ahead with these as when you see those questions in front of you in the exam, right? This is like preparing before really well for the descriptive part right before your exam. Okay, so I hope all of you would be attending these sessions live. We will be having these sessions from Monday onwards, 4 p.m. Note down the time, and I expect all of you to be there and actively participate in these sessions and make the best use of these sessions. Okay, So I hope there are no doubts that you want to ask. If there is anything, you can let us know in the comment section of this video, right? Apart from that, I would also like to tell you that EduTap is definitely helping you out, trying to help you out with various courses in this regard. Okay, so if I show you, EduTap has come up with wonderful courses and in short time, so that obviously the time that is available is very less, and so that whatever course you're taking is going to be really relevant as far as the availability of time is concerned. Okay, short time, quickly you need to prepare things. So for that we have come up with wonderful courses. You can see here phase 2 FM Ramban, which consists of uh, like for finance, if you see, that is a whole lot of discussion as far as finance is concerned, really huge. But whatever is important, we have collated all of it into a document, and then we have come up with this particular Ramban course. Okay, so here you have everything related to finance, let's say in just a single PDF. Okay, finance static I am talking about. Of course, current affairs is separately given in short quizzes, right? MCQs, a number of MCQs like that, and even management also. You will see that everything in a single PDF that you can think of most important things. So that is going to help you in preparing really well for the exam. And if you are like, sir, I need for ESI also all the subjects, very short kind of a course. So we have that also over here. That is phase 2 Ramban, right? So concept notes are there, which are very crisp and short, and you don't need to go here and there. There are for each subject like one concept notes or two, and of course for current affairs you will have multiple. So all previous question, chapter wise mock test, full length mock tests are part of these two. Okay, so you can be part of them. You can also go for the phase 2 test series if you are like you have prepared well, but you want to just compare and see, evaluate yourself whether how your preparation is, what is the level of your preparation. Okay, so these were the things that I wanted to tell to all of you and let you know. I hope this series definitely helps you out. Hope to see all of you in this series. These are live, so you can come, you can be part of these sessions, and don't worry, it will be something that will definitely help you a whole lot. That is what is our idea, because obviously the time is less that you have right now, and we don't want to take you into something that might waste your time. We are here to actually make best use of every second, and that is what is there in our mind with this series. So don't worry about the time. We'll definitely see that every second of your that you are investing in these sessions would be completely useful, right? On that note, I would like to tell you that you can be part of our courses. The link for them are given in the description of this particular video, and see you at 4 p.m. from Monday, right? Alternate days we have these sessions, so please be there. Wishing you all the best for your preparation. If you have any query, doubt, you can definitely let me know in the comment section. We will be answering those. Apart from that, you can also drop a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can call at this particular number. Okay, so wishing all of you all the best. Thank you so much, and let's meet at 4 p.m.